Alright, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's a VMP here, and welcome back. This is hopefully just going to be a quick little channel vote video. As a lot of you guys know, we are wrapping up the only two series that we have going on right now. This one, A World of Ice and Fire, we have just one episode left. And then on Prophecy of Pendor series, with Edward Longshanks, only has probably about two or three episodes left. So we're getting really close. And we need to pick some new series. What are we going to play? And so during the last couple live streams and even the episodes, I've been asking you guys, what mods do you want to see me try out? So I've got a list of about, I think I have 8 mods here. And I'm going to kind of quick do a little showcase, summary of each one of them. And then have you guys vote for it down in the comments. Let me know what ones you want to see me do a series on. We're going to probably be starting series on 2 to 3 of these mods, whichever ones appear to have the most public support. You are free to vote for as many as you wish. Just, put in your comments down below. Say, hey, I wouldn't mind this, wouldn't mind this. And I don't know how I'm going to tally them up, but we'll fucking see. So anyhow, let's just get right into it with the first one, Phantasy Calradia. So, Phantasy Calradia is an oldie, but a goodie. I've done many series on this before, and it's always great to come back to it. It's been probably about a year since the last time we played this, maybe even longer than that. But basically what it does is it puts Dungeons and Dragons almost into Mount & Blade. So, what it adds is a whole bunch of fantasy races, a whole bunch of new factions, and a just a little thing called magic into into Mount & Blade. And out of all the mods that I've seen that have implemented magic, Phantasy Calradia is by far the most in-depth and most well-made. So we have done series on this before. This time, if you guys do end up selecting this, which I'll be honest, it seemed to have been a lot of support, and I actually thought I was going to start this series earlier on in the summer. So it's very likely that this one's going to happen. We are going to be playing as an elven necromancer. I don't want to get too far in depth into what her story is going to be, but it's been a while since we've been a necromancer, so I think that'll be a fun time. But as you can see, they've added so many different items. They have legendary magical items with special abilities and stuff. I can't get into enough how cool the magic system is in here. It's fucking fantastic. So anyways, that is your guys' first option. By the way, fun fact, wait, can I go back here? The mod creator actually has my Let's Play from
everyone.
Years ago.
It's VMP.
This is back before I even did 1920 by 1080p. He has that on the mod page. That was cool. Okay, so the second option here is going to be the 108 Heroes mod. So this one is a doozy. I have been suggested to this many times by you guys. Have never played it personally, but every time I look at this, I think, holy shit, this would be a blast. So this was made by a guy from China, Ali Yang, and it was somewhat poorly translated over into English. I don't want to say poorly. That makes it sound bad. There are a few, grammatical errors you might see throughout this. As in these features here. Interesting quest. Big challenge. But as the name may suggest, there are 108 recruitable heroes that you can play with in this mod. This is one of the wacky mods where there's not really much of a balance or realism in it. It's just chaos. There's also a career system, an official system. All of the 108 heroes have their own special skills. 200 plus unique items. Special weapons can be upgraded by killing, and they can unlock random new features. Yeah. Nature system, don't know what that means. Town building system, holy shit. This guy put in work on this mod. Put in work. 70 titles for players. Super Smash mode, I don't know what that means. Let me show you some of these screenshots here. So the Moon Sword. This is, I guess, one of those legendary, unique items. But as you can see, item level 2. As you level up the item, you get different perks for it. So Cavalry Killer. Increased damage to horses and cavalry by 18%. Chaos. There's a 4% chance to deal a chaos hit. Whatever the fuck that means. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Don't know what this is, but this is like a tournament or like a duel maybe. There's trash talk, poorly translated trash talk before battles. We heavenly hosts have arrived. Yeah. But yeah, so this is set in China. I want to say possibly the Three Kingdoms era. Possibly. Kinming. I'm assuming this is a hero that you can recruit. The Fiery Thunderbolt. They all have like nicknames and stuff. Special skill, Fierce High School Star, HS Star. I'm pretty sure HS is not supposed to stand for high school there. Increased strength per kill. His nature is courage. He's a warrior level 3. I don't even know. Nicknamed the Fiery Thunderbolt, he ranks 7th among the 36 heavenly spirits, the first third of the 108 stars of destiny. Yeah. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. But Playboy level 2, what is this mod? So anyhow, I'm looking forward. We're definitely going to try this mod at some point. The question is just, do you guys want to see it now or maybe in a couple months from now? But yeah, let me know. Okay, third option here, Gekokujo, another one that has been suggested to me for a long time. I have actually tried this one years ago, and I was not a fan of it because there are no shields in this mod. I repeat, there are no shields. This is another one that is set, well, this one's set in Japan, actually. And as many of you guys know who have watched me for a while, I am allergic to ranged weapons. They are the bane of my existence. So not being able to have a shield, I don't know how I feel about that. But you guys have been suggesting it to me for so long, and I haven't tried it out in ages. I don't know, when's the last time they updated this? Very recently, actually. I feel like it's only fair that we finally give this a proper try. So, like I said, it takes place in Japan. I think it's supposedly twice as large as native, they said somewhere. Yep, new map of Japan, double the playable area of native, 32 towns, 75 castles. Yep, new weapons, armor, all that type of stuff. I don't know what era this is supposed to take place in. I think it's before the gunpowder era, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, 20 different factions. Holy shit. Yeah. This one's a little more balanced than, well, obviously more balanced than 108 heroes. That one's not balanced at all. That doesn't say much. It actually has the freelancer mod. Nice. And has a little bit of the diplomacy mod put into it. Okay, interesting. Well, let me know. If you guys really want to see this one, I will do it. If it's awful, I can't promise that we're gonna do a full conquer of all of Japan, but God, we'll see. Alright, option number 4, Blood Eagle. So, this one is another one that I have not done yet. Had a couple people suggest this to me, so I checked it out. This is a kind of an overhaul mod for Viking Conquest. And so a lot of you guys have been asking for me to do another series on Viking Conquest or Brittenwalda. This one kind of falls into that, except it's just more streamlined. So the graphics were overhauled. They are, quote, new and dope looking. And they do look pretty nice from what I've seen. They've also overhauled kind of some of the gameplay aspects. So they say gameplay has many improvements, better tax system, more money from capturing ships, a better possibility to get them, and much more. I'm not sure if you're able to do the native, kind of native, the Viking Conquest storyline quest in this mod. That'd be interesting to see. But, you know, hey, if you guys are looking for the Viking Conquest Brittenwalda feel in a series, I think this one might be a good option. If you guys are dead set against this one and want either Viking Conquest or Brittenwalda, I guess you can also vote for that. But I did want to kind of give this one a try if we were going to go back to that Viking era, you know, England type of series. All right, here we go. So this is number 5, I want to say. Anyways, The Last Days of the Third Age of Middle-earth. Kind of a long title there, but this, as you guys probably know, is a total conversion mod set in the Lord of the Rings universe. And so this, honestly, this is a pretty incredible mod. It's one of the oldest ones out there that I know of. I mean, released in 2011. Holy shit. It's 8 years going, and I think they're still updating it? No, they've kind of stopped. But still, version, I mean, 3.5. Very few mods get get that many versions. I mean, seriously, this is an incredible mod. A lot of, like, just unique gameplay features that they added into it. You know, kind of a rank system. You can play as any of the factions on either the good or evil side. That's the incredible thing. And you kind of rank up within your factions. You have to manage your relations with all the other factions and use them to call in favors and whatnot. It's a very fun mod. We've tried it a couple times, never done a full Let's Play on it, and, you know, now might be the time for us to try to do that. So, if you guys like this, you know, obviously vote for it down in the comments, and let me know which side you want to see me play on. I'm kind of leaning towards, I want to do, for my first full Let's Play of it, I want to be on the good side, but I don't want to do, like, Gondor. I feel like Gondor is, like, one of the standard ones, or even Rohan. Am I saying that right? Rohan? I think it's Rohan. Because I feel like that's pretty standard, so I think we might play as, like, an elf. We might play as an elf. But anyhow, let me know what you guys think about that. Okay, option 6. We're getting towards the end there, but this one truly doesn't need any introduction. A New Dawn. If you guys have not seen any of this mod before, holy shit, you are missing out. This is one that's set in Calradia. We have done several series on, including, I think, the two most popular with Mason Harrow, the Death Knight. This is one of those low fantasy, I'd say, mods, where just the troops inside it are insanely overpowered in comparison to native. Like, I'm talking, the troops in this mod are more powerful than the troops in Prophecy of Pendor, by far. I mean, you're talking about, you know, the tankiest armors having, you know, 100 plus armor. It's insane. The troop trees are massive. Fucking, like, I can't explain enough. Actually, they might have a picture of, oh my god. Yeah, look at all this stuff. They might have a picture of one of the troop trees. Massively expanded. It's like 8 different tiers of units and multiple units per tier. 3,000 new and high quality items. 500 new troops. Yeah. A bunch of minor factions that roam the world and can actually attack siege castles and form major factions. That's right, minor factions that are kind of similar to, like, the unique army spawns and Prophecy of Pendor. When those guys siege a castle or a town and take it over, instead of just, you know, ransacking it and looting it, they keep it and form their own faction. It's very, very cool. There can be up to 17 factions at the same time as a result. Yeah, very, very cool. So we've done this multiple times before. I don't know if we want to do it again right away, but if that's what you guys want to see, I always have fun with this mod. Yeah. There's some, that's not a juggernaut. Can we see a good old picture of a juggernaut? That's a condottiero. Oh man, so many good units. So many good units. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about with the troop trees. So this is the Kurgat troop tree. Look how, normally in native, it goes up to, like, here. You'll have like 5 tiers maybe. This one, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up to a warlord. I think, do they show the other ones too? I think they do. Yeah, Kingdom of the Nords goes up to being a bloodlord. Rodok Confederacy goes up to being a champion, which has the best armor in the game. Just an absolute tank. The Hishashins, the Immortals. Yeah. This mod is always a blast. However, it is a long grind. So I'll be honest, as fun as it is, I feel like we've done this mod relatively recently, like within the last year. I'm not a huge fan of doing it back to back. But if you guys really want to see it, I will definitely do it, and you guys will have to tell me what I don't know, what kind of character are you looking for me to make? The last one, Mason Harrow, was just a badass, a Death Knight that killed everybody. And as much as fun as those series are, I would like to have something a little different for the story in this one. So, on to the next one. Okay, now Nova Aetas. So this is a mod that we have played several times before. We've done several full series on it. This one's always a blast. It truly is. This one is also set in Calradia, but has so many gameplay additions. They've actually added a new world, like islands off the coast of Calradia that you can go explore, colonize. There's several new factions actually, including the indigenous population of the new world that you can decide to do what you want with. You can build your own colonies, build your own towns, build your own castle, I want to say. There is a huge societal, I guess, ranking, like stratification system that is very fun to work up. You can buy land and rent it out to people. Like, I mean, and when I say buy land, I don't mean like the normal, like, you know, oh, build a dye works or whatever. You can still do that shit, and although that's kind of improved upon as well. No, you can buy, like, you know, you start with apartments, start with little houses, and work your way up to buying palaces that you're renting out to nobles, shit like that. There's a new units involved, whole bunch of shit. This is a very fun mod. The last time we played was, I believe, is Royce Aber, and he was the, you know, Scrooge McDuck of Calradia. He was filthy rich. Actually, no, I wouldn't say he was a Scrooge. He was just filthy rich. That was a lot of fun. So this is another one where, in the sense of the New Dawn, this one I'm leaning more towards a New Dawn. A New Dawn is such a fucking grind. This one is not so much of a grind. This one's a lot more fun. If we were to play this, if you guys want to see this, I'd be interested to know what kind of story, what kind of character would you want to see me do? Because I don't want to do the same thing where we're just playing as a guy out to be the richest person in Calradia. We've done that. I would want to do something new. So let me know your ideas. And here is our last option, Legacy of the Dragon. So this is a very new mod. It is still in early access. It just came out December of last year. This one is very similar to Phantasy Calradia, except it is more Dungeons and Dragons like than Phantasy Calradia. Whole bunch of new companions, and unlike Phantasy Calradia, this one is not set in the native Calradia. This one has its own land. Bunch of different races: elves, dwarves, dragons, orcs, goblins, giants, wizards. I don't think you can play as a dragon, although potentially Dragonborn you could play as. I'm not entirely sure. It has magic in it. I have not played this yet, so I don't know how well the magic works necessarily. You can practice alchemy, summon undead and demons, venture into dungeons. That sounds cool. That sounds really fucking cool. So this is still a mod in early access. I'll be honest, I don't know if I see us playing this right now. I'd probably want to wait for this mod to get improved upon a little bit, and then we wouldn't do this series at the same time as Phantasy Calradia since they're so similar. But I can definitely see us giving this a try at some point once Phantasy Calradia finishes up. So I just wanted to show you guys this one. A couple people have been suggesting it. I know Logan has been suggesting this one for a while. Yeah, especially if it keeps on getting improved, I can definitely see us trying to take a stab at this one. I think they've implemented a bunch of quests into it as well. That'll make it give it more of a Dungeons and Dragons feel. So yeah. Anyhow, that is it. Those are your options, boys. Let me know what you think. Like I said earlier, just comment which ones you'd be interested in seeing a series of. I wanted to do a poll, but I don't think YouTube allows you to make polls with 8 different options. I don't think. So I think it'll be easier if you just see your comments, and the comments allow for you guys to, you know, tell me specifically what you're thinking, what you want to see in each series. So it's more in depth, and I can make a better decision than if I just had a poll. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. As always, take it easy.